Hello guys, good afternoon. I am Bosch. This is Bosch Trading. For everybody who watched the morning show this morning at 10 o'clock a.m. in Amsterdam and at 4 a.m. Eastern time, we had this big old watch list. And I think there are some plays that are really going to hit it today. But in the rest of pre-market, it was a little bit slow. So I'm now looking for some alternatives. Maybe it's something that you also want to see. So I'm looking at this one. This is FLGC. It just IPO'd here. There's not a lot of volume. This is on a daily. So this is not great. Only, what is it? 3.5 million shares traded on that first day. So it's a very small one. So it has a float of 42 million. Just to find some alternatives and to look at some smaller stocks, maybe. May this just be something that we can have a look at. I'm looking at my 5-minute now. My daily now, sorry. And if I go back to my 5-minute, and this is what happens. So 325 to 394. And now tries here to get support on a 9 EMA on a 5-minute. So this is big bump up, hits his head against us 395, and then now slowly comes back. And now this is a pivotal point because you want to see if this is really going to be some kind of support level. Bitcoin has you on live support. Oh, did you lose a lot? I'm so sorry, man. Just trade Mara and Riot instead of Bitcoin. It's a lot better. So now just looking if this, I want this one to hold right now. So let's say 360, maybe sometimes it's just wicks under it. And we have 30 seconds for the next candle to form here. And then this one, this is the next little resistance that you can possibly have here, 368 and then 373 on FLGC. Let's see if there's something going on there. I'm gonna look at my level 2 now. Tape if there is, and just while I was doing that, it falls through its 5. So this is not good. Let's see if it holds that 360. 367 now on the ask side, 362 on the bid side. A big one on 361. If it falls through that, then it's going to go to 559. So now it's struggling to hold at 360, and there it goes. So this shows you that you really have to play chess on 2 boards all the time. So look at your 1 minute. This is something that's not normally, you know that this is not a good thing. It has to get above VWAP, and it has to hold this 5-minute 9 EMA here. So on a 5-minute chart, a 9 EMA really has to hold in order to go long. It's just such a recent IPO that it just might not be shortable. You should have listened to Elon. Okay, that's FLGC. There's another small one. Caught my attention. IZXN. No, IZXN. No. GZ. I think it's GZXN. So also a recent IPO, because this is the hourly here, if you can imagine. So not an IPO that is really successful, to say the least. So people bought it here at 46-ish, 48 even. And on an hourly, this is what it did. And do we see some kind of upward movement here? I am not sure. Just might. It just might. So let's look at the 1 minute here. Is something going on right now? A big pop here on the pre-market, close to 24. Got back here, tried to get up again. It's a small one. No, well, it's not such a small one, but it's a recent one. It's a better. But there might just be something here. Really risky though. So I'm just browsing to maybe alternative stocks, because I'm just curious if this might go. I'm gonna set an alert here. So then let's go back to our watch list that we also discussed this morning. Csco, Cisco. So this happened while we were talking this morning on Cisco on the 1 minute. So when opened, it fell down, and now with not a lot of volume. Here's some volume, but it's just, yeah, well, it's just staying here at this level right now, but because volume isn't that great, I just want to be sure that this 52.25 is still my level on this one. Yeah, if it gets under that, then it's a short, and if it stays above that and it supports this movement, then it's a long. You can see here that this 52.57 really is something. We determined that earlier, so this might be a nice play if this one bounces here at 52.25 and then goes up again. So that's what you really want to see right now on Cisco. Then OCGN. Oh, OCGN, oh, OCGN, oh, OCGN. This is what happened during the early morning. The smallest of pops that you can imagine right here. So this is just a little bit above that. So this is not looking great for OCGN, but we saw this chop area more or less. So normally if you see something like this on a 1 minute, then you say, okay, this is just a lot of chop. But if it can get to this 867 and holds that one, then maybe, just maybe, we will get this bounce finally. And maybe we're just gonna get a pop above 958. So Ocgn is on my radar and will stay on my radar. Futu. Look at this. We started talking about Futu in the first 15 minutes of our show this morning, as you maybe remember. And this is what happened while we are talking about that. I said this 128.40 was a level. So the same thing happened to me on Walmart yesterday. And this really, this 128.42 really is a level, as you can see. It was already a level in pre-market. So let's move this one a little bit higher now. So this is your next resistance here. And it's now just hovering about that 128.42 price. And 124.10 is your support here. That's a long way from home, but well, it can move $11, so it really can fall down here to this 124.10 and then bounce. I really want to see some strength in this one. I really want to see this one above VWAP and then go to the upside. Well, what it might do, and I showed you this morning, is this. Would you believe this? So it might do something like this. Just exaggerating, but it might just do something like this from the opening, just this real big pop-up. It could. It could. And then here, this is VWAP now, so VWAP will just move a little bit, of course. I can find my other drawing here, but I cannot. You will get the point. So VWAP will be around here then, by then. And what you want to see then is that this one will come back. VWAP, make sure that this is VWAP is support, and then you're off to the races. So this little exaggeration, of course, because you know me by now. So these are not real candles, you know that. So you want to bounce, you want to see this bounce on VWAP. And if you're very sure about that, then you can put a limit order here at 129.87, for example. In this example, you have to wait till markets open, of course, and wait where VWAP is, but you all know that, of course. So it comes down, and then what you want to see is this support here. Then when it gets up, normally I'm getting in when it makes a new high here. So at 130.57. Really loses again some steam. So 128.40, you can see that here is some kind of a level. Really holding it here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, and now it gets under this. See? So this 124.10. So instead of the VWAP play, we can now look at the 124.10 play. And when I see this, is news coming out right now on Futu or what? Just checking that now. look at this drop. We are witnessing this live right now. So in 1 minute, it dropped $1.50. Ta-dam, 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 ta-dam. So this will not be the case today. Just saying. While drawing that, you could see that this is not what you want to see. So it really is going for the 124.10 now, and there's also another level here at 122.02. So watch out, because it looks like it's falling knife right now. So be very careful. So in explaining how I trade, so this now is falling down, and this one also. So this is the first minute, this is the second minute, and this is happening right now. And people are saying, why aren't you getting in right now? Well, it's just because this one is now forming, and nobody can really tell me if this one really goes up again, and then it's that it just like it's doing now. So you tell me, do I get in or do I not get in here? This doesn't look very bullish to me. So that's why I trade levels. So if you trade levels, then you know if this is a level here, if this 124.10 really is a level, then you can say, okay, when it touches that level and then tries to get up again, then you can just assume, okay, this or this may be my way in. But as you can see right now, there looked to be a green candle. It appeared to be a green candle here, and now it just dropped on you, and you were stopped out already. So I'm just this great example of why you should trade levels and why you always. So you're in this whole area here. You're in the blind. You don't know what's going to happen here, ever. So is this the low now? Nobody can tell you that. I can tell you that. So the only way that you may factor in is when you look at your level 2. So on my level 2 for Futu now, there's not a lot of trading going on. And if there's trading going on, they are all reds. There's some buyers stepping in now, small ones, trying to catch a falling knife, I think. Somebody's hoping that it's now going up again. But I don't know if it goes up or not. You really can't tell. So you're here. This is the point where you, until it reaches this level, you're trading in a blind right now. So now this 5-minute candle here on this side here also is maybe showing you some, okay, it's green, let's go in. That's what beginner tradings do. But you really have to be patient and sit this one out and say, okay, if I'm going to play this, I'm only going to play this at 124.26 because that's what I believe in. So when I see this occurring, then I'm not tempted to go in this one, in this whole area. Why should I? I cannot tell you if this one will go up or down. Nobody can tell you this. So that's why we have levels. So now we are near, if we are nearing this level 124.26 here. So let's assume that this was a level, just for the sake of it. because it's closed now. So this is 125.96. Now you are at 126.33. So now it's coming closer and closer to this level. What are you going to do here? It's coming close to that level, close to that level. If you really are thinking, okay, this level is the right level, then you, if you're bold, you can say, okay, this is my in. I'm going to go in right here. Boom. So now you're in. You can say that, and then you can say, okay, I have to play this one to the next level here, which is the green 90 EMA on the 5 minutes. So that's $1 in total, and this is 125.96. And then you can say to yourself, okay, then I'm gonna set my stop loss here at 125.50, and now boom, you're stopped out because this wasn't obvious a level. We knew that. So what you want to do is, if this is a level, then you're gonna see what's going on to the next level on the upside, which might be resistance. And in this case, that was this area here. So it's 128.87-ish, because this 9 EMA on a 5 minutes is always some kind of support or resistance. And then this is your maximum gain. It's $2. And you say, okay, I am willing to lose 50 cents to make a $2 gain. So that's something that you can do then. So this is how I trade my long reversal. Waiting it to go down, and we just might see this one really testing this 124.26. I'm not going in now because it's only 12,000 shares, so that's a little low for me to go in right now. So let's see if this one tests this. Now for the first time I see some more green on my level 2, so this is an indication for me. So this is the level that we put in, 124.26. I don't know what this one is. And it nearly got there, so 124.63. So this is, now you can decide on price action. Okay, it was really close to this 124.65. So you can say, what you also can do is that you say, okay, I'm gonna buy it when, well, it's just 50 cents above it, or 30 cents, or so you could say, I'm gonna place my limit order here, and if it gets there, I'm gonna get in, and I use this level as my out. So that's another possibility. Is my camera lagging, or is there something else going on? I'm not sure. So that's another strategy that you can use if you say, okay, I'm sure that this is the level here, 124.26. So it came really close to that. It's 40 cents on a $124 stock, so that's close. Because you see this happening, so this is what you're now doing, is you're trading on price action. So if your levels, if you don't reach the levels that you want to see here, then you can always say, if you see this happening, okay, wait a minute, this was my level here at 124.70 here. This price action wick tells me that this might be the bottom, and if the next green candle then makes a new high here and also makes a new high here, then you can say, okay, now I'm contemplating of getting in. You don't go in when this one rips so fast, because you're gonna get filled very, very badly. So this is just a telltale sign that this might just be the bottom after all. And if I say you go in on price action, I tell you that sometimes, then you say, okay, this price action right now, it came to this 9 EMA here on a 1 minute. That's obviously resistance for this one right now. So you can see that. So what you're gonna witness right now is, I think, or maybe a second test of this level here. And if you see a second test of this level here, then you just might convince yourself, okay, if this is a level, then and maybe it's just worth it to get in here right now. Somewhere here. So what you can do is that you say, okay, I'm going to set a limit order here at this point. Or I can do that in this trading platform, of course. So I'm going to say now I'm going to buy Futu here. Oh. I'm going to buy Futu with a limit order at 124.74 each. This is just my platform where I do my paper trades. So if it took this long, then I would be in trouble. But while setting a limit order, this can go very slow. This is, I'm not a fast trader. I'm not a scalper or anything. So now place my order here. So this is what you can do if you really are convinced, or if you think, okay, I'm only want to get in this one if it gets to this level here again. And you can place your limit order here and say, okay, if it dips down here again, then I'm willing to buy it here at 124.75. There's enough room to the upside here and here, so I'm willing to take that risk and buy it while it's going down and dips its toe again on at 124.74 level. So that was Futu and some explanation about how you could trade this one. And then I'm really curious about thoughts. So that's something that I always want to see. So this is happening to Ford right now. Price action. I told you price action because when it's just trading in this beak here, then you are trading price action. It's now above all its EMAs. So I would say that this would be the level now. And it looks like it's trying to hold on here to this support here of this trend line. So we were not, it is 2 o'clock in Amsterdam and it's 8 o'clock in Eastern time. And then you see these big wicks because other platforms are opening up right now. And if they place an order in, then this is what happens to those at 2 o'clock. So I'm really curious if Ford stays above the trend line, and then it's long for me all day long, and it is really the next level that you want to see. Then is 1250 taking out. You also can say, okay, I'm going to wait to 1190 and then play to the upside, but there is not a lot of room there. So I think I want to play this one only if it's going to stay above the trend line that we just drew on the daily right here. And then I want to look at CCL. That's the last one for today. This is CCL. on a daily, we drew these levels here, and these levels are still in place. So if it dips here, then CCL has the power to go up again. So you want to see this dip here on the level 2681 and then play it all the way up to 2828. Okay, guys, that's it for me for today. Please remember to trade safely and don't follow me or anybody else. Have a nice trading day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at the Early Bird Show at 10 o'clock a.m. in Amsterdam and at 4 a.m. Eastern Time. Happy trading and see you tomorrow.